I'm glad this is not our first time coming to Disney World, because it would be so much to take in having our house with us and all that is at Disney World for the first time. So I'm glad we know what we're doing with the parks and the property and all of the Disney things. And now our house is here. Hi there.
Hi there, how are you doing?
Good.
All of our rules, and we're gonna behave like a good.
Oh, Griff.
You're so excited, you fell off the chair.
Oh, yeah, I told you there's not going to be lots of space.
So let's see. I'm going to.
All of
do
these
the
sites
wheel
are
that way.
nicely landscaped, so that they are a little bit private, but they are very close together. This is such a site turn that this nice worker stopped by to see if he could get us into the site across the
Here,
street,
look at 212.
because the angle would be a lot easier to back into. We've been trying for a little bit to get under that sharp turn, and it's just not happening, so hopefully we can move to a different site. We've got some branches to get us in there. Thank you very much.
How's that right there?
Oh, that's great, thanks.
All right, good.
So unfortunately, we did not fit into this site. We tried for about an hour, and unfortunately we ran over this sewer cement thing and seemingly busted some pipe underneath the ground. You can see there's water all over here. So they're moving us to a bigger meadow site. I feel bad, but they probably shouldn't have tried to put us in this site anyway. The lady across the street said that they've tried to put big rigs in this site multiple times down. Nobody has fit. So partly our fault, partly their fault. Anyway, we're gonna get moved to another site. All right, site number 2. This might be a little bit longer. It's still got trees on either side. Hopefully we can get into here. We've got a great worker helping us. He drove all the way down here with us in his golf cart, and he's gonna stay here and make sure that we get parked okay. I gotta say, this is our first negative experience that we've ever had with Disney, but we're gonna get it sorted out, and we're gonna have a great vacation. Oh, finally out.
Let me out.
Take care. Very nice man named Corey made sure that we got in our space. We are going to be vigilant about wearing our masks here at Disney World. Sometimes we are lax in it, but Disney has made it clear that if we are not wearing our mask when we are outside, we will be sent home.
Well, they at least post
We
it
may
that
be
way.
sent home. So we're going to make sure we're covered up, even when we're by ourselves walking
Outdoors.
in the sunshine. We're so curious about people here at Fort Wilderness who have extensive decorations and signage set up at their site, because I assumed that these people were seasonal rentals, like they were here for the whole winter or something, but I looked up online, and Disney Fort Wilderness does not offer seasonal or even monthly rates. You just have to pay the daily rate for as long as you want to stay, and the longest you can reserve is 30 days at a time. So people like this who have, see this little lamp post over here with the Mickey Mouse head? Several sites have those, and I thought maybe they are maybe you can rent them for your site, but we haven't been approached or given any documentation about how to rent something like that for your site. So I think these people just own these things, and then they must probably vacation here every year, and so they've accumulated these decoration kind of things. But like, these people have this wooden sign with their name on it, Fort Wilderness, and I don't know. I mean, Disney people are hardcore, right? I think that I'm a Disney fan, but there are hardcore Disney fans who own all the stuff, and they come here all the time, and they know all the ins and outs. So it's just so fun to walk around and see people's hobbies and things that they love to do. So probably some of you watching this already know all about Disney. You've been here several times, and you know how the world is laid out in all the parks and things, but I talked to one of my friends today who said they didn't know anything about Disney World except that there was some castle somewhere, which made me laugh because the castle, Cinderella's castle, is such a small part of one of the parks in Disney, and it's just so much more than that. So a quick overview, very quick, for people who have never been here or don't really know what all the hype about Disney World is. The area of Disney World covers 43 square miles, which is the same size as the city of San Francisco. It is large. It's a large city. So it's not just one theme park. It is 4 theme parks and 2 water parks. The most famous of which is the Magic Kingdom, which has the famous Cinderella Castle. You also have Epcot, which you've probably seen, the big ball that is the center of Epcot. Animal Kingdom Park and Hollywood Studios Park are the 4 major theme parks. In addition to those parks and the 2 water parks, there are over 25 resorts and hotels on the Disney property. And one of those resorts is this RV campground called Fort Wilderness Campground. So this is where we're staying, obviously, because now our house is at Disney World, which is completely surreal to me. I can hardly believe it, that I can wake up in my own bed and be in the middle of Disney World. So this has been a dream come true for me. I've been waiting for it since we first started RVing. I'm so excited to be here. So while we're here at Disney for almost 2 weeks, we're only going to spend 2 days at the actual theme parks. And that's going to be in a separate video. I'll do just a video on the theme parks. This video is going to be highlighting all of the free things that you can do at Disney. So in addition to paying to go to a theme park, there are tons of free things that you can do on the Disney property. Because it's so large, there's just all kinds of things. You can't even imagine all the things there are to do here. My favorite thing to do at Disney World is to ride the free transportation that goes all around the, city of Disney World. There's buses, monorails, boats. They just built a skyline gondola system last year, which we haven't ridden yet, and we're going to this trip. So all of that is free. Whether you're a guest at the Disney Resort or you're coming from outside, you can get on any Disney transportation and go anywhere in the property. Disney Springs is another free area that is shopping and restaurants. So after hours or after the parks close, people go down to Disney Springs and they have dinner. You can walk around and do lots of shopping. I love to go down there. And it's also free parking at the garages down there. So if you are coming from an outside hotel somewhere else in Orlando, you can come in, park for free at Disney Springs, and then from there get on all of the free transportation to other parts of the property. Baby Cakes Bakery is my very favorite at Disney because it's gluten-free, so I always make sure and stop by here for a chocolate chip cookie. Another free part of Disney World that I love taking advantage of is the different resorts. Some people think that you can only be on the resort property if you're staying there, but because you can take the free transportation anywhere in Disney, I get on a bus at Disney Springs and go to, say, the Boardwalk Resort. And then I can walk around the boardwalk and the little lake that's there near Epcot. I can visit the different resorts there. The hotel lobbies are beautiful. Each resort is themed differently. So even just to go and walk around the resorts and see the grounds and see the decorations is so fun. It's completely free, and I could spend days doing that. Here we are at Wilderness Lodge. This is the closest neighbor to the Fort Wilderness Campground. It's the resort right next door. In normal times, there's a walking path between the two that's about 1.5 miles long, and I love to walk that, but it's closed now. We took a bus over here, which they don't normally bus directly in between the lodge and the campground, but now they are, so that was convenient. And then off the back boat dock here at the lodge, there should be a bus, I keep saying bus, there should be a boat going back to Fort Wilderness Campground that we can catch in a little bit. Well, we're gonna show you all inside the lodge because it is one of the most beautiful resorts here, and I love coming over here. fireplace at Fort Wilderness is one of my favorite, and the other great one is over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So nice and cozy. We get so much exercise when we come to Disney. We walk everywhere, don't we, Jace? We just walk for hours.
That's true.
We take the bus to the different resorts and we just walk.
We kind of do that at all the RV parks that we stay at, but
That's
there's
true.
a lot more walking.
Yeah,
to
we've
do
been
here.
doing a lot of walking at the RV parks, but we always walk a lot at Disney World. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. They don't run the boat from Wilderness Lodge straight to Fort Wilderness anymore. So we're gonna take the boat over to Magic Kingdom and then get on the boat from Magic Kingdom to Fort Wilderness, because that is still shuttling people back and forth. Sometimes at Disney, to work the free transportation, you have to go a little bit roundabout routes, but that's okay because then you get to see more and it's really fun.
Right this way, guys. Fort Wilderness Campground.
Welcome. How many of you parking two? You can have that green cap. Watch your step as you board. You are in Huey Louie.
We're gonna take our first ride on the Disney Skyliner. It's the newest free transportation option at Disney. And this goes between Epcot and Hollywood Studios theme parks, and also to a handful of resorts.
We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting flights to Epcot International Gateway.
We decided to hop back on the Skyliner and take a ride over to Epcot because we're not going to the Epcot park on this trip. So we'll just be able to sneak a look into the back of the park, and then we're gonna walk down to the Epcot loop of resorts, which includes some of our favorite on the Disney property. And now from Epcot we can take a walk down the river to the resort loop. You can also take a free boat ride from this resort loop, either to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. It's another fun way to get around. There's 3 different lake and river systems at Disney World that have boats on them. The Magic Kingdom, where we are staying at Fort Wilderness, and this is the Epcot river system. There's another one at Disney Springs, but it's closed right now for COVID. So just to show you that there's so many ways to get around to the same places even. This pirate ship is special because it has a water slide on it right here. And you can water slide across the sidewalk into the pool on the other side. My kids loved swimming with this pirate ship when they were younger, and we came to Disney for the first time. We did some pool hopping, which we got away with back then. I'm not sure you could now. But we would just go around to the different resorts, and they would swim in the pools for the afternoon, especially in the low season when there's not very many people anyway. Now I think they're a little more vigilant about checking your wristband, but my kids had a lot of fun hours on this pirate ship. We found a brand new free thing to do this time at Disney that has never been open before. They've just opened a walkway from the Magic Kingdom to the Grand Floridian Hotel. And the Grand Floridian is one of the most opulent and luxurious hotels and resorts here at Disney World. We love to visit there every time we come, but there's never been a way, it's just down the lake from Magic Kingdom, but there's never been a way to walk there. You always had to take a bus or the monorail. So we're gonna walk along this path that they've just built, and we decided to take the boat over from Fort Wilderness, which is right across the lake here from Magic Kingdom, and it's on the same lake loop as these other resorts. So we're gonna show you this path, and then we're gonna have a really special dinner out. A couple of months ago, we were able to make reservations for a restaurant at the Grand Floridian, and we don't usually do these nice, fancy sit-down restaurants at Disney because they're expensive, but since we're staying on property this time, we thought we would splurge and have a little fancy dinner. We've made it here to the Grand Floridian, but before we go inside, because our dinner reservation is not for about an hour and a half, we're going to keep walking to the next resort down, which is the Polynesian Resort, and then we can explore that place and show you. I love all the places that you can go at Disney for free. I just love it. It's my favorite thing. Disney does such a great job of creating an atmosphere at each resort, and you can hear the music in the background at the Grand Floridian is kind of a carousel, early 1900s, and the staff at each resort is also dressed in different costumes. There's different music, different atmosphere. It really creates different worlds here. They do a great job. It's almost time for dinner, so we're gonna head into the lobby of the Grand Floridian. All over Disney World are things called hidden Mickeys. They're in the architecture, in the food, in the wallpaper, in the carpets. And it's always fun to spot them. It looks delicious. Yep. We got surf and turf.
Yeah.
I got the salmon. Delicious and beautiful food. We're riding the monorail. This was the original transportation system at Disney when it opened in 1971. This goes primarily around the lake loop that services the Magic Kingdom resorts. Not out to the campground, but just these ones right near the park. And it's so fun to ride. Just another free adventure that you can have at Disney. And one really unique thing about it is that when it goes to the Contemporary Resort, it goes right through the middle of the lobby, not the lobby, but it goes inside the hotel. So we'll show you that as well.
got some visitors here. I think they're either holographs or animatronic here at Disney's Fort Wilderness. One of the benefits of having an RV here is these added special effects. You sit out here in a chair and you'll have bluebirds around landing on your shoulder. If you need to make a dress for an event, little woodland creatures will help you with that.
I am really close to these turkeys that just came through our campsite. Now they're across the street. We've seen deer and turkeys here at Fort Wilderness. One of the last free things we're gonna do here at Disney is go over to Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's one of our favorite resorts. Animal Kingdom is our favorite park, and so we always try to hit up the lodge because they have animals out behind the hotel. If you're staying there, you can see the animals out your window. But the best time to go is in late afternoon during feeding time when more animals are likely to come near to the hotel. So the best way to get to Animal Kingdom Lodge from another resort, because there is no free transportation that goes between the resorts. It only goes from the theme parks to the resorts, which makes sense. They're shuttling people back and forth from their rooms. Also, you can't drive over there and park at a different resort than you're staying at unless you have a confirmed dining reservation or some other reservation that means you need to be there. So the best way to get from Fort Wilderness to Animal Kingdom Lodge is we're gonna take the boat across the lake to Magic Kingdom, and then we're gonna get on the bus from Magic Kingdom to Animal Kingdom Lodge. A bit of a trip, but still a fun experience. This is my favorite fireplace at Disney World, the one at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jumbo House. It is so cozy and dark in this little shelter that they have here in the lobby. I love to sit by this fire. Unfortunately, they're not lighting the fire right now. I don't know why. It makes me very sad, but I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and just soak in the nice African music and the peace and quiet. Well, that's it for our free things to do at Disney World. I hope you got some good ideas for your next trip to Disney World of all the things you can do here. Next time, we're going to show you the expensive things to do at Disney World because we are heading to some theme parks. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.